So this is Minion Masters. I've been playing it, like I say, for about, I've probably put about 4 to 6 hours into the game so far, but I feel like I've built a good deck. And if you don't already know about this game, it's the way I describe it is a deck building, tower defense, PvP. That's the way I would describe it. Whether they describe it like that or not, the developers, I do not know, but that's how I like to describe it. And this is basically my character and my loadout. As we go through today, I'll probably, you know, shout out some of my loadout. We'll get new cards hopefully and we'll have a play with those, but I'm quite confident that my loadout's pretty decent, so fingers crossed we have no issues and it will go swimmingly. Let's go. So I like to start with a Q and I like to start with an R. Here we go. We'll take both points. I try and hold down the middle points. That is the aim of the game. Take the middle points, get the XP, you get your characters or minions out quicker, and that is it. I mean, get your minions out, get the damage done to their tower, and hopefully go for the win. So there you go. So I'm clear now. So what I'm going to do is hit him with a, there you go, a launcher, just to do some damage, and then we're ready. So the way you play this game as well, you can take your time, you can get your tanks out, your stronger abilities and whatnot, or you can go in quick and use your lower tier minions if you've got any equipped. Like there you can see my lower tier minions are taking a beating, but that's because I want my higher tier minion out. And once he's out, I'll then throw a couple of low tier in now. We've also got the archers. The archers are brilliant for taking down flying enemies. I find a lot of people in this game do not protect themselves against flying enemies. So if you've got aerial abilities, sometimes you can win just on that fact. So he's taken both points in the middle, which is never good. Boom, he's decimated all, did he? See, now I know he's done that. That's a waste of XP right there. So I know that we're clear to go in for the attack. Alright, looks like we're going to win this. Boom, there we go. So like I say, I win 4 out of 5 matches just based on my deck and how I play. I seem to be doing alright at it, to be fair. So that's 10 out of 10 game wins there. That's in a row, I believe, that 10 out of 10. So we should be getting some reward for that. Let's have a look. There you go, claim your reward. We've got some monies. I have got quite a bit of money in the bank, so we're doing all right there. So we'll capture that bottom one and then we'll try and capture the top one. I'm not worried. I'm basically using fodder at the moment. I'm using quick spawns just to slow these guys down so they don't get to my tower and they don't do damage. There we go. So we're taking both points. Now we need to protect those points with some tanks because he's gonna want to take those back. So throw out a few quick minions. Here we go. And I'm just going to wait for my tank, which is E. See, like, he's using everything he's got to try and defend, whereas we don't need to do that because we can set fire to the points. And then we can go in with an aerial and technically a grenade. It's a catapult, flaming catapult. I don't know what they call it, the fireball. We'll go in with the fireball. Here we go. So I'm not worried about those guys at the top. They're low level. They're just going to get killed by my turret anyway. It's a waste of time. Unless they're really grouped up, unless you've got enough of them together, they're not going to do much. He's using all of his specials to try and keep me back. He's trying. I'll give him that. The opponent is trying. Well, I've got an R there, so boom. These guys are a little bit tanky that are coming in, so you do want to defend against those, but looks like, again, they're not no hassle for my turret there. Now, I don't know, the guy I'm using as my tower, I don't know if he's any particular, if he's good or not. He was free this week, and I didn't like the archer, although the archer's got some rep. I'm not a fan of the archer, so there's another victory, guys. Smashing it really, like I say, 4 out of 5 wins most games. So if we start losing, then I know to look at my deck. But the deck I created within my first hour of playing is pretty much what I'm using 3 hours later. That's game time, 3 hours later, and still going strong. So at bronze level, my loadout's fine, I think. We do have other game modes in here. We've got team battle, we've got adventure, which is a really good adventure. I think that was added like recently, and that is a great feature to have. It's like a single player adventure. It's quite tough as well. We've got challenges we can go ahead and complete. So this is available in 1 day, unfortunately, but it's mayhem. So mayhem is basically where you get I think you get like 3 lives, something like that. I haven't quite delved into it yet, but we will do a mayhem only stream, I guess, and we'll go through mayhem and try and get that done, or maybe a separate video. They do have it's not so much a season pass. I'll show you after this match. Right, so we want to capture this top point. So basically the game is just played by, like I say, capturing 2 points in the middle to get more minions out than they can get out. And then by piling on the damage to their tower, you win. And then obviously in defense, you don't want them to take the middle point, and you want to get as many minions out there to defend your point as possible. But you can't do so unless you've got their middle points. Their middle points are essential. So I waited a long time there because I've gone for a tank. The reason I did that is because I noticed he was waiting a long time to do anything. And because he did that, I think he stitched himself up.
A few moments later.
But you can actually see I'm probably going to lose this match. But we'll see. I've turned the tide of battle before. So we will see. But not from this close. That's it. Boom. So like I say, we've won, what, 2-3 games. That's now a loss. We should win the next 2-3 games, which makes it 4 out of 5 wins. So that is pretty much how my games go ever since I've been playing. So he's using the archer. Now I know that the archer doesn't stand a chance against me, so I'm going to throw some heavy tanks at them and back them up with lower tier minions just to crowd control. So I'm not worried about those minions coming in. The only one I'm worried about is the flying one, because I can't actually hit him at the moment. I'm going to bring in the archers, as you'll see now. The archers will take down the flying guy. There we go, the air. More low-level minions. And what they do, they basically bottle up together and do damage over a group, rather than having a tank that just does heavy damage on its own, right? I'm going to bring in a flying. This guy's real trash. I mean, he doesn't look like it's going to be much hassle. There is no way this guy will win. Based on his defense, he's just not got the idea of countering the other player. Stun and kill. Burn technique. Now I could wait for a tank, but I don't think this guy needs it. I think we're just going to go in with low level minions and finish him off. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So there we go. So what's that? That's 5 games, 1 loss. So 4 out of 5, right? So he's using the beam. His tower defense is okay, but not great. Definitely beatable if we use the right things at the right time. That is pretty much the aim of the game. So I'm going to throw all my minions in to distract him, see? And then what I'm going to do is literally just tank him up after my minions are out. There we go. So then my archers will come, because I know what comes after each card now, what they're actually going to roll up. Go, we need to capture point now. There we go, so we're back in control of the board now. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to dispatch those guys there with a fireball, boom, just to help me out a little piece. And I'm going to wait for a tank to get rid of his air again. If you watch that, it will go pretty quick, boom, 2 shots, death. And it will do some damage to the incoming soldiers as well, not that it's essential. I've got my stun guys out. They'll hold that line while I can deal with the top side of the map round. He's throwing in loads of little low-level minions now. He's actually in a bit of a panic mode. If you can see the way he's playing, you can tell that he's worried. So we are not worried. We are quite calm, and I think we've got this. So. There we go, low level minions at the bottom now, wait for a tank. What can I say? It's bronze, but it's my bronze. No, we'll be silver before you know it.